You know, when it comes to owning a business and delegation, there's a lot of skills that other people will claim that you need to have. Oh, you need to have marketing skills. You need to have leadership skills. Take a leadership course with Andy Elliott. You need to do XYZ thing. But really, I think the main thing that you need to be competent at running a business is proper communication. Because every problem in business is ultimately a communication problem. You communicate with prospects, you communicate with clients, you communicate with employees, communicate with vendors and suppliers, you communicate with partners. If communication breaks down, everything else does too. And this isn't a skill that can be just generated with ChatGPT. This is not something you can use an LLM for growing an actual business. It's simply how quickly and efficiently can you properly communicate an idea to someone else? Which computes with basically everyone I know who's mega successful, is they basically always respond to you within a few minutes. It's insane. Now, I'm not claiming to be worth tens of millions of dollars. I'm not claiming to be Elon Musk. But in this video, I'm going to be making the case that if you're very good at communication, every other problem can essentially be solved. So let's talk about number one, communication and driving sales, making the money. Think about the best salesperson that you have ever met. They weren't necessarily the smartest people. They weren't the most technical person. They're the person who can most properly communicate value, which is frustrating because business owners know that their product is usually pretty good, but they can't explain why it matters, and so they can't explain and convince other people why they should buy and hand out their credit cards. Therefore, the market does not reward the best product. It rewards the best product that can be communicated the most efficiently. 2, communication creates trust. Hey, shocker, people do business with people they like and trust. I know, that's crazy, right? But trust is built through communication, and I'll give you an example. Clients want to know, at least on a bi-weekly basis, what's going on, what's working, what's not working, and what's the plan. Employees want clarity through SOPs, which is communication. Customers want clarity on what the actual deliverables even are. And investors and people with cash want clarity to know that their money is not going to zero if they give it to you. There's a lot of studies that show it usually takes at least 7 to 8 touch points before someone will buy from you. And what that means is you have to communicate to prospects at least 7 to 8 times organically, depending on what it is, right? But organically, generally, you have to be talking to people a lot, which means the better you get at doing this, the quicker the results will be. 3, communication prevents problems from even happening. Because most business problems don't start as business problems. They start as communication problems. A client leaves because expectations weren't clear. An employee quits because they feel unheard. A project fails because nobody communicates deadlines. A partnership falls apart because assumptions weren't even discussed. And almost all of these problems could be solved with a 5-minute phone call. I'm not even kidding. So when you put an emphasis on making sure other people are aware of what is going on, you save so much time and so many headaches. And 4, communication helps you scale. A business owner cannot do everything by himself, which is why we hire and why we have SOPs. But to efficiently scale, you need to have systems already. And to build these systems, you need some general communication with what's going right and what's going wrong. And the irony of this, and I'm seeing it in real time, all my friends are seeing this in real time, as the business grows, your ability to communicate with more people becomes exponentially more important. Because at a certain point, you don't really do much work. You do the work, don't get me wrong. But at a certain point in scale, you delegate most of the day-to-day tasks to other people. Which means if there's not clear expectations and SOPs, you cannot scale. Like, it just can't happen. So short video today, but my goal of it is to convince you that every single business problem is simply a communication problem. And when you put that lens on, it actually makes things a lot easier because you know exactly what to do, who to talk to, and what to delegate. And when you delegate efficiently at scale, you can make a lot of money.